What's up, Lions? It's your boy Mason Jyree, and if you're new to the Lions Den, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not new, then you already know what's going on here. And what's going on, we getting bigger and bigger, we getting better and better, and we stunting on anybody and everybody that said we wasn't gonna be who the fuck we are right now. All right, so Lions, I really came in here to check in with y'all. I really came to check in with y'all, communicate with y'all, talk to my people. You know, the Lions Den is growing more and more every day. We growing more. Um, you know, so I think it's just do for me to come on here and communicate and talk to my people. So listen, I know it's early a Saturday morning, so you know where I'm from. The topic of today is my hometown, where I'm from. On an early Saturday morning, we get up, we clean up, we go to a little jocolate, a little yard sale. Maybe your mama might get her hair done. You go into the barber shop, or you got baseball practice or something. That's what it would consist of, with me when back in the day. I'm talking like I'm an old man. I'm only 24. So the topic of today I really want to discuss is, I really want to talk about my hometown and just, where I grew up from, where I grew up at, and just how I was treated and stuff like that, and just how I was treated versus how I am now, what I've realized, what I believe, where I believe is to come in my life, and all those different types of things like that. So, those of you who don't know, from a small town, Clinton, South Carolina, upstate of South Carolina, it's like I really wish I could put y'all in my head, to get to, because it's weird, because it's like I grew up in a bubble, It's like, and I don't mean like a physical bubble. I think I just put limitations on myself, and I put limitations on myself because of what was taught to me, or because what was presented to me, what I could do, or whatever was presented to me, and me thinking that's the end all be all. So what I really learned is that, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like very, very, very frank, and I'm gonna wait for more people to get on the live. But of course, I'm only 24, so I'm gonna start from like 0 to 7. From about 0 to 7, life was good, life was peachy. We were living in Clinton. I was going to Clinton Elementary School. Life was good. My mother married my stepfather, and then we moved to like a city over. If you're then welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just getting started. So we moved to Lawrence. Once we Lawrence, I was in third grade or whatever. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once we moved to Lawrence, I was in the third grade or whatever. And stuff just went downhill. Like stuff just went downhill. And I remember, like, when I moved to Lawrence and I went to the school, it was called E.B. Morris. And I just felt so different. Like, it's like I felt isolated, if I'm real with you. Like, and it's weird because I'm just thinking, and it's like I'm fed up with it and I'm over it. But I have not gotten to the good part of my life yet, y'all. Like, I have not gotten to the good part of my life yet. I don't think I've met like my true best friend, my true first love. Like, everything that I've come in contact with before was bullshit and just trial runs. Because the way it's like I'm disgusted. I am disgusted with how people have treated me in the past. I am fucking disgusted at the fact that I was outcast. And it's weird because it's not fucking weird, actually. It's just the fucking truth. Like, I'm 24 years old and I don't have a best friend, you know? And it's like I've always felt like, what community do I fit in? I don't fit in with the straights, I don't fit in with the gays, I don't fit in with the just hood life, It's just like it's just too much. So I feel like because of that, and then because of the fact I have like a spiritual purpose, like I'm just different. I'm just fucking different than the people where I grew up around. And when you grow up different, people try to spectacleize you. I don't know if that's a word, but people try to make a spectacle out of you. When you're different than the people around you, they either try to make it seem like you're too weird because they can't comprehend you. You're too weird. Fuck, I can't even get it out. I'm just so over this shit, man. And it's like I'm glad and I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I am moving forward. And it's like I'm ready to get to the good part of my life. I'm realizing that my true tribe of people, it's like they're not here. They're not where I'm from. I have to, really step up and step outside of the box. And it's like it's sad as hell because usually your hometown is the city that supports you the most. But for me, it hasn't been like that. It's like people choose to support, but they do it like low key, or it's just like a lot of weird politics that has weird politics with people who aren't even in political position. Weird politics with people who aren't even in a political position, if you get my drift. So it's like, every time I speak about things like this, because this is one of the most vulnerable things I talk about, if I'm being honest with you. But it's so vulnerable to the point, I'm pretty sure, as y'all can see, that as I talk about it, I can't even formulate the words because it's just so much. The bottom line is like, all my life, I've been isolated, by family, by friends. I don't have a friend to my name. Everything that y'all see from me, I've done it myself. Okay. So I haven't had a friend, a pal, anybody. And it just gets to a point I'm like, damn, where are my people at? Where are the people where are my people at? Where are my true friends? Like, and it's how alone I've grown up. It's sad. It's like it aggravates me. Like, the past, for my past, the fact that people did play with me like I'm not the legend I am, like I'm not becoming who I'm becoming. Like, if I can go back in time and tell those people, do you not even know who you're talking to? Do you not know who I am? Like, for real, for respect on my name. It just comes to a point where I just realize, like, damn, like, I'm not trying to be too religious, mystical, and all that shit. But I was like, God, why the fuck would you have me go through all this? Why me? Like, why did I have to grow up feeling isolated and like just feeling so alone? And it's giving me a certain strength, but it's like I'm so strong to the point where I don't even know how to trust people or let people in. The problem. That is not good. That's not something I'm proud of. But because of the situations and how I grew up in and having to be my own support system, my own everything, it just gets to a point where I'm like, damn, God, really me? Like, damn, you really had me out here by myself. No help, no nothing. No nothing. Like, wow. But I'm supposed to be the it, right? I'm the it, but I'm going through so much. But I'm the it. So it's just, I just had to really sit down with myself and really think about it. Like, the first 23 years of my life are not the end all be all. I have so much more life to live. I have so many more things to do, so many more friends that I haven't met, lovers, award shows, songs, tours I haven't been on, a bunch of different things that I'm doing with my life, So my first 23 years growing up in poverty, not having shit, I grew up broke as hell, not having nothing. It was all for a reason. It was all for nobody on this chat, nobody in real life can tell me Mason Jyree isn't going to be the superstar mogul I'm going to be. I know who I am. And the two people that just dropped off, you can bet their yearly salary that I'm going to be who I know I am and who I'm becoming. So it's just like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I mean, I know what I don't know because I don't want to make it seem like I'm complaining, but at the end of the damn day, hell nah. Hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, hell nah. I've been in this thing alone for so long. I faced judgment from family, like just a bunch of weird stuff. Just growing up, everybody wanted me to be who they wanted me to be. And it's like, I'm doing what I want to do. The dreams that I'm chasing, that's what I want to do. And it's profitable for me. It's doing what I needed to do. So I don't care about, the outside opinions or anything like that. But it's just more so like, I'm over being alone. Like, it's like, I'm done being in isolation. I'm tired of being in the house. I'm tired of not being around people. It's like I'm great. But if I'm real with y'all, like me thinking about my past, the people, the friends that I had, it literally makes me want to throw up. Like, it makes me want to throw up because that's how I know I got something better on the way. That's how I know I have a better future. Wait a minute. Let me stop the show right quick. Let me stop the show. Who is thank you so much for your subscription. Who is ESE? Baby, I'm Mason Jyree. I'm Mason Jyree. If you're new to the Lions Den, welcome, welcome, welcome. welcome, welcome, welcome. So like, yeah, I'm just tired of, not gonna say I'm tired, but I just know I have something better coming because I'm just disgusted with my past, y'all. I'm just disgusted. Like, I'm disgusted at the fact they didn't see me for who I am. They didn't see the gym that was in front of them. Too bad for them. Like, wow, that really, but then in hindsight, because I'm so deep with it, I'm like, well, it wasn't meant for them to see the true me, It wasn't meant for that, And that's cool. That's all fine and frank and dandy. But on the human side of shit, I'm like, hell nah, it doesn't sit right with me. The way I've been treated, the way I've been disregarded, everybody, whether we admit it or not, we all, whether we're an influencer, celebrity, singer, songwriter, whoever we all want to be chosen. We all want to feel like we're loved. We all want to feel like the people around us love us and they care about us. Okay. And all my life, I've not felt that at all. And it's time for that shit to change. It's time for me to feel love. It's time for me to spread love. It's time for me to be myself. And if the people, I'm not going to say the world because the world gets me. People choose not to get me. They choose not to get me because maybe it's too much for them to understand, but that's not my point. That's not my problem. That's theirs. Okay. That's theirs. So like just where I'm at in my life, I need the real deal. And it's like I'm on here on live talking, but it's like in real life, I know in a few months, a few weeks, I'm gonna have some new friends pop up. I know because every time I get to talking about something, it always happens in my life. Like it always happens. I know I'm very where I need to be, but I can't help and notice just the fact of last night. Like, and I usually don't get mad about stuff. And what I mean mad about it, like just like damn, I'm alone. Oh damn, I'm actually pissed off about this because I'm not talking about no relationship stuff. I'm talking about mother, father, parents, uncles not being there for me, not having a friend, not having this. I'm talking about real deal stuff. If you're complaining about not having a relationship, oh well, boo hoo, suck it up and dry your tears. Okay. I'm talking about people who were supposed to be there for me. You know what I mean? People who were supposed to be there. So like, stuff like that. Um, I want y'all to realize sometimes the most people that make y'all smile, the people that make y'all the happiest are the most lonely in life. Okay. The people that y'all adore so much are sometimes the most loneliest people. Okay. And that's just the God honest truth. I come on here, I talk to y'all, I enlighten y'all, I do my job, I make my music, but deep down inside, I could be a little bit more fulfilled with the people around me, with having people around me. And I just feel like I'm not in the environment. I'm the type of person, if I'm not comfortable with you, I literally will not talk. So it's crazy, superstar and all. If I don't know you, or if I'm not comfortable, if you don't make me comfortable, I'm not talking to you. So it's like, it's like I already know, I already know things are about to change for the better. But it's like I have to acknowledge my past, and I have to, speak on it, because when you don't speak on certain things, you forget about them. And for my case, I cannot forget about the things that people have put me through on the way to my superstardom, achieving my goals, because if I do, that will make them think that it's nice and easy. It wasn't nice and easy when people were dragging me through the mud. It wasn't nice and easy when I was broke and didn't have anything, and people were like, aha, look at you, you don't have anything. You thought you were going to make it out the hood. You thought you were going to be a singer. You thought you were going to be a superstar. Aha, look at you. So, I can never forget. I can never forget. Um, so that's really just that. That's really just that. That's really just that. And that's really where I am. And that's where I'm going to stay. I'm never going to harp on the past, because the past is just that, the past. However, it's like at night sometime when I sit back and I look like, wow, I'm achieving so much. I'm doing this. I cannot help but acknowledge where I've come from. This year alone, I don't know why, but it's like so many different things like have been popping up from like, 2019, 2020, 2021. Like, and I just feel like I'm entering a new cycle. I'm entering a new cycle as far as my career, my everyday life, my everything, me as a person, all those different type of things. And it's like the things I used to tolerate even a month ago or last year or 2021, I'd be damn if somebody think they come into my door with that. I'd be damn if I'm going to self-sabotage myself like I have been doing, you know? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, Lions. I get on here and I talk about the haters and I talk about this and I talk about that, and the people who have come up against me. However, at one point as a person, we have to take accountability. And I take accountability for all the wrong actions that I've made or all the decisions that led me down a certain path that I would have rather not go down. However, that must be the word of the day. However, I can't acknowledge the fact that my heart and my intentions were always pure, and people just weren't like that with me. And it's like weird. And people, you'll hear this type of thing all the time, but with me, it was different. When I tell y'all people was playing in my face, they was really playing. When I tell you people were trying to stop me, they were really trying to stop me, talking bad on my name. And little do they know who I'm becoming, or who I'm becoming and who I am. Who are you talking to like that? Who are you talking about like that? Can't be Mason Jyree. It can't be. And this is the real deal. This is the real deal. I think as I look back and I take my accountability, as I look back and I take my accountability, I'm ready for the future. I know I have a lot in store. I know I have a lot in store for me. I have a lot in store for my supporter base, because what I'm realizing is the people who support me, they feel like my family. They feel like my family, and I support that. And I'm rocking with that. Listen, Lions, it's your boy Mason Jyree. I love you. Keep it hot, keep it spicy. Never forget, no matter where you come from, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, You will always and can always be bigger than your environment. I'm a living testimony. Never let the people, whether they're friends, pals, exes, mom, dad, grandma, whoever they may be, especially somebody that hasn't done more than you, never let them feel like they have the upper hand on you by letting you feel like your dreams are not accomplishable. I love you, Lions. Keep it safe. Keep it hot. Keep it spicy. It's your boy, Mason Jyree. À bon toi.